Kentucky Sports Radio's Zach Gagan is reporting that Mark Pope has landed his first big transfer, Amari Williams. And the 6'10" power forward from Drexel is the first big get of the Mark Pope era. After spending the weekend in Lexington with Pope for an official visit, the 6'10" forward wasted no time announcing his next destination. Williams chose Kentucky over Mississippi State and St. John's and will have 1 year of eligibility remaining. As a senior this past season, Williams averaged 12.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and 1.8 blocks in 22.9 minutes per game for Drexel while starting all 32 games he appeared in. Along with winning CAA Defensive Player of the Year for the third straight season, Williams was also tapped to the All-CAA first team. Williams is a significant addition to Pope's debut roster, with Kentucky heading into the 2024-25 campaign. He's considered the 18th best player overall in the transfer portal per On3 and will immediately project to fill one of the Wildcats' starting front court roles this coming season. Originally from Nottingham, England, Williams played at Myerscough College before coming over to the United States and landing at Drexel. Williams was an end-of-the-bench piece as a freshman in 2020 and 2021 before quickly developing into an impactful defender as a sophomore in 21-22. He won his first of 3 Conference Defensive Player of the Year awards after averaging 9.5 points, 7.3 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 2 blocks in 20 minutes per contest. Williams would repeat as the winner as a junior in 2022-23 with per-game averages of 13.7 points, 8.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.4 steals, and 2.2 blocks in 27.4 minutes. KSR's Brandon Ramsey has looked at plenty of film of Amari Williams, and here's what he has to say about Kentucky's newest addition.
I think that Amari Williams, he gives you a really high floor in terms of what to expect, because I think no matter what, he's going to be a pretty massive defensive upgrade from anything that Kentucky had last season. And then you're going to get some above the rim finishing, some rim run ability, and also some passing ability from the 5 spot offensively. But I think that really any conversations you have about Amari Williams, like it starts with, I think, 3 things that all Kentucky fans were somewhat clamoring for going into this offseason. And that was getting older, getting more physical, and getting better defensively. And here you have a guy that's played 105 college basketball games. You have a guy that is the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in the CAA. And you have a guy that's 6'10", 265 pounds. So to me, it seems like he checks all 3 of those boxes at a pretty high level. And that's something that I think Kentucky fans can get excited about as we start to build the roster here. He is incredibly athletic, and I would use words like mobile and agile for his size. You think about a 6'10", 265 pound guy, you don't necessarily think about somebody who's going to rim run out beyond the defense in transition. You don't necessarily think of somebody that's going to operate in dribble handoffs and as a passer out on the perimeter as a 5-man. You don't necessarily think about somebody that is going to, close space defensively as rapidly as he does. And these are all things that Williams does. So I think that you can get really excited about the thought that, sure, that there's always some questions when you come from a place like Drexel at that level, coming to play in the SEC and at Kentucky. But generally speaking, you think of the SEC as being a little bit more athletic league, and I don't think there's any worry about him keeping up in terms of physical tools and in terms of athleticism on either end of the court, but especially defensively, some of the things that he can do from day one as a shot blocker and as a rebounder, I think gives you some reason for optimism as to what his upside can be, even while probably maintaining that his floor is very high, because at the end at worst, you're getting a guy that's going to average a couple blocks a game and probably 7+ rebounds.
With Williams now in the fold, Kentucky now has 3 pieces locked in for the upcoming season.